Namo Himalaya. Welcome to another episode of
The Creator Show.
So I'm your host, Natasha Stanley, and today we're going to be talking about getting fit, how to get a strong mind, strong body, and how to maintain it. So today on the panel we have a lovely, amazing Tim. Hello, Tim.
Yo, what's up?
We also have the amazing, beautiful Nitya.
Hi guys!
And we have the amazing Hassan.
Hey everybody.
Who's normally behind the camera. So today he's actually going to be on the panel. So exciting.
Yeah.
So we've picked this topic because we know with the pandemic and everything, all the gyms was closed and people were having to find alternatives on how to stay fit, keep healthy, and during that challenging time to keep motivated. So having said that, it'd be really nice to hear from the panel, like during that pandemic, how did they stay healthy? What was their routine? And that'd be nice to share. So going to Tim first.
Yeah, sure. So actually I was doing this a little bit even before the pandemic happened, which is home workouts, right? So I would set up some stuff in the home, so like maybe some free weights, some bungee cords, or even like pull-up bars, and I would just do like calisthenics, body weight workouts at home. And so that's something that was definitely more predominant during the pandemic period. So yeah, that's something that I did a lot to be able to stay in shape and stay fit.
So this is so good. And how did you keep yourself motivated, like during that time, like not being able to go to the gym as you normally would, and like how did you keep yourself motivated to stay on track with all of that?
Right. Yeah. So that kind of came down to just routine. Like it was something that I had like set as a schedule. So like maybe 3 times a week, I would have an hour set aside for workouts. And so, you know, as being part of the routine, it's more discipline over motivation, you know, because motivation, sometimes it varies, right? Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. But if you have that routine, the schedule set in place, then you'll always be consistent with it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because like people think that it's the motivation that will keep them, but it's actually the discipline. So even the days where you get up and you're like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to train today, and you train, they're the days that count. They really do count for you, because you've pushed beyond not wanting to do it and do it. And also I know that you love playing basketball. You're very good at basketball, so like that's another way of keeping fit. So
yeah,
did you add that into your routine?
It's an outdoor sport as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely I would go to the park and maybe just shoot some hoops, or maybe play some pickup games if there's people around. But otherwise, I would mostly just practice drills, shootings, and just have fun, you know.
Yeah, and this is a fun way to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's lovely. Thank you for sharing. And Nitya, like, how about yourself?
Okay, for me it was quite challenging initially, because I was actually in India and I did not see this pandemic coming. So when it hit me, it did. I mean, like I would probably you know, maybe a lot of you can resonate with this, that just didn't know what to do. And initially, like I panicked, because like all the freedom outside, being able to run, just go out for a walk, that was like taken away completely. And I had to kind of like evaluate, I guess, like what's next, like going from here, what can I do? So it really like pushes me to go inward more and look at life differently, like where's my priorities are. So at that point I was like, okay, my health, because now I'm not being able to move as freely and be able to do all the things that I wanted to do outside. So that was when I really like turned into yoga to just connect deeper with myself. And I think when Tim said that, like you know, it wasn't the motivation, but it was the discipline. And I didn't like yoga. Like this at the beginning, I was like, yoga, oh gosh, no. And then eventually it was like keep showing up, even on days that you feel like, man, I just want to lay in, like when it's like when you wake up in the morning and you feel like, okay, my body's aching, like you can find all the excuses out there, but then there is something, like just one thing that keep you going, and that is like discipline. Because once you have this, you start building momentum. And when you have the momentum, it just become a part of you, that like you no longer have to push yourself to do anything. You no longer need to require on motivation to make you want to do it. Because like you said, motivation comes and goes. Some days are really, really good. You feel like so motivated, so out there, like want to do, like you could really like conquer the world, right? And then other days you feel like, man, I know nothing. So it was like that for me. And it was the momentum eventually, like just keep sticking at it, do the hard thing, the things that you feel like, okay, this is so hard, because like nothing is ever hard, it's just new. And when I learned this, like the first time I heard this, I was like, wow, it's so powerful. Because like everything, nothing is hard, it's just new to you, right? It's new to your body, it's new to your mindset, it new to like all the everything that you know.
Yeah.
So just that realization alone, like it can get you really far. Just it's not hard. Just like be open-minded to all these new things, and then you will be amazed at like how good you are. Like maybe you want to be healthier. You more open to opportunity, this kind of thing. So yeah. That's from me.
That's amazing. Thank you,
Thank you
Nitya.
so much.
And Hassan, what did you do during that time?
Well, for those of you who know, I love football, and I play regular football. Well, I used to play regular football before the pandemic a lot. Like this was 3 times a week at least. We used to play indoor, we used to play outdoor. So when the pandemic hit, obviously indoor sports got cancelled, and outdoor, like you couldn't meet with other people at your household, so it was quite difficult. I used to also go gym as well, so when that closed, it was like, what the hell am I gonna do now? I did have free weights at home, but I didn't have that motivation to actually train at home. I was like, yeah, I'm at the gym, I'm playing football, I can't do it at home. So I think it took me about 3 weeks at least after the pandemic to actually give myself the motivation, build that momentum, actually get like everything set up at home, and actually start exercising, working out. Because as the pandemic hit and I seen everyone getting ill and people close to me getting ill as well and stuff, I was like, I can't get ill, I need to do something. So after about I think 3 weeks after the lockdown hit England, I started making sure that I have a schedule in place, that when I wake up I can do some exercise, then I would go out for fresh air, for a walk and stuff. So I would keep my head fresh, so then I can concentrate on my freelancing work and stuff, because a lot of people's work got hit a lot, and I was like, I need to do something where I need to be out there, I need to have my head screwed on, basically. I cannot be depressed. So I need a new way of tackling this pandemic, which was hard hit, and many of us hard hit. So what I did for the next 3-4 months after that was just to do a lot more freelancing work, something that I enjoy, something as video editing, graphic design work, which I actually enjoy as well. And then also going out and going for walks and exercising. So I had a schedule in place, and like you guys said, discipline. And having that motivation to do it, and I think the motivation came from seeing people around me like not well or suffering and stuff. So then I think that's where it was important to make sure that my schedule is in place and my motivations, then the discipline especially, is there. So that's how I started lockdown, and I carried it on. Yeah.
See, these things are very, very important, because not only was people hit physically, but there was hit mentally as well. So I know for myself, going into the pandemic, my mind was actually in a very, very good place. So it was so much easier to deal with the pandemic. And I literally got my family together, because obviously they was hit by the pandemic. So we literally got together as a family. We all brought bikes. We all went and invested and got ourselves bikes, and we went on bike rides every single day. And it was so beautiful to see, as we was on our bike ride, other families all out riding their bikes as a family, where normally you wouldn't see people doing this normally. So it was so nice that people was actually stepping up, taking control of their health, you know, because bike riding is physical fitness as well. We used to see so many people jogging in the park. I even started jogging in the park myself, and you know, it's like not letting yourself get affected by this, right? Just because the gym is shut, where's the solution? How are we going to train? How are we going to put these things into practice? There is so many home workouts, and this is why people who took their workouts onto YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, and all that, it really boomed for them, because so many people was at home watching them do this. So people remain to keep fit, because at the end of the day, the healthier you are on the inside, down to what food you're putting in, how much water you're drinking. Like, I never actually got ill during the pandemic. You know, I stayed healthy because I drank plenty of water, I ate good food, and I exercised. So it depends on how strong is your immune system, how well is your body built to be able to sustain that. So, you know, if you're smoking, drinking, or eating unhealthy foods, then how good is your immune system? So how, you know, then you're more likely to get ill quicker, because we're not looking after the inside, because we have to build this inside as well as building the outside to build that warrior, you know, to build that strong vessel, strong mind. So so we've covered that. So how do you think time management works alongside this? Because, you know, if we have a structure in place, like, you know, we're doing this at this time, how well do you think that works on keeping your discipline through your working day, through your exercise day? So how do you think this can combine with that?
Yeah, I think having a schedule, having a set time definitely helps, because it kind of like, it trains the body, it creates like a habit, right? So one thing I noticed from coming here to Wealth Yogi and having, you know, the morning routine where we do yoga every morning, it's like, you know, my body just wakes up at that time, and it's like, okay, I got to go to yoga. It's very used to it, so it adapts and adjusts. So if you set a schedule in place, then even when on days you don't feel like it, you kind of just, the body already knows that, you know, that's the routine, that's the schedule.
This is what's coming. So yeah, and the same. What's yours been like, Nitya?
For me, routine is so important. You know, sometimes it's you have to listen to your body too. Like sometimes you have to know like your limit, this kind of thing. But for most of the time, it's the mind thing. You know, like the mind does its own thing, like, trying to talk you out of like doing this, doing that, because we always find reasons to justify like not doing something, right? It's so easy to say, like, I think I remember Master said that, like, when we're hungry, when we're tired from a workout, we say that our body is like, it needs to rest. And this is like, it's huge, because like, it's so true. It's not, sometimes it's not the body, it's actually the mind that like saying that, like, okay, I'm done now, like, you can move on from here. So yeah, having a routine is very, very important. And definitely for, you know, like, if you want to be a high performer, of course, like, you need to have structure, because like, we see all these very, very high performers out there, like how disciplined they are, and you need that first to actually get started. And then once you're there, it becomes a part of you, and it's so much easier to actually want to do it. I think once you get to that level, you actually want to do it without even think twice. Like, you know, like you just go out and do. And I love that. And, you know, I would love for like everyone who's watching this to be able to like just keep pushing themselves to eventually get to that point that you feel like, wow, right, you know, like, this is a part of me now. I can't see myself like not having to not doing any exercise, not doing any training, this kind of thing. So yes, start with a routine and then work from there.
And what routine, like time management, did you put in for yourself? Because obviously being a videographer yourself, obviously you do have a busy schedule. So like, how do you find the time to do the exercise yourself and get nutritious food into you?
Well, to be honest, before lockdown, so I'll just take a step back. Before lockdown, I'll explain how my schedule was and how it changed. So I was the type of the guy that used to go sleep at 2-3 in the morning and wake up at 2-3 in the afternoon.
Whoa.
So I used to
wow.
obviously freelance and stuff, but I'd never used to have like a fixed schedule. So I would get projects in and stuff, and I would work like, oh, this time I'll do this, I'll do that. So I didn't used to have a fixed schedule, like a kind of a work 9 to 5 kind of thing or something. And then I used to probably eat at the wrong time, go gym, play football. Probably we used to have like games at 10 o'clock at night till 11, like indoor football, and then used to come back and just chill really, and watch a movie or something and just chill really, and didn't used to go to sleep till about 3 in the morning. And I used to wake up the next day at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then obviously carry on the same thing. And that affected my body because I just couldn't be asked doing anything. Because remember, the important thing is that if you don't put a time in place, if you don't have a schedule in place, everything affects you, your body. If you, for example, some people say they can't go to sleep at night, they only sleep for 2 hours. But if you see the difference, there's some people that sleep 8-9 hours a day, and some people that sleep 2 hours a day, you can feel the difference already. When the next day, when you're trying to be productive, it's difficult. So that used to be my routine before lockdown, and I carried that on in lockdown as well. But until when I actually seen people around me suffering, getting ill, people struggling, actually, I was like, I need to change my lifestyle. It took me a while to change the lifestyle because I was used to that. My mind was used to that. So then I was looking online, and like people, like you said, like athletes and stuff, like they would get up at 5-6 in the morning and do all these, like for example, my master does meditation and stuff like that. And I was like, how do these guys do it like 5-6 in the morning? Maybe I should stay awake till 5-6 in the morning and do it, and then go sleep or something. I don't know how to do it because obviously my schedule was like staying awake till 2 in the morning or so. But so anyway, it took me a bit of time, but I turned it around, and I ended up going to sleep at 10, probably the latest, and waking up at 7-8 in the morning. Start off by praying in the morning and refreshing your mind, and writing down like a kind of a to-do list for the day, and then working during the day, going gym, eating at the right time, and then finishing at 5-6, and you're fresh for the day. And that change helped me a lot in many ways, especially with health, productivity. My creativity was really, really good compared to what it was before. Like I would probably miss like the obvious things because I was a lack of sleep. And when I started putting the schedule in place, everything started getting better. So the most important thing is that if you want to achieve something in life, if you want to gain something in life, you also need to not only focus on your qualities that you have, but also focus on your health. And that comes with time management, because you need to schedule everything in your life the way you feel your body can work, because you can direct this body any way you want. You can do whatever you want. You can make it into a lazy person like I was and sleep 12 hours a day and wake up in the afternoon, or you can actually wake up bright and early, have a nice sleep at night, and it will improve you in many, many ways. So I think that's what lockdown changed me a lot.
It really did change a lot of people, because people had to go inward. A lot of people did have to do that, and it's like, what are your capabilities? What are you what can you achieve? And like, you really had time to sit with yourself to be like, what is it that I want? How do I want my body to be? Because a lot of people went into fear to be like, I don't want to get ill, I don't want to get ill. So it made people eat healthier and embark on that fitness journey. And it's like, I remember before, I used to train very regular with the weights, and I literally went from 10 kg lifting to lifting 80 kg.
Wow.
When you look how small I am, you'd think how is that possible? But it was the discipline and eating the right food, because I would have the balance of food, getting what I need in. I'd drink anything from 3 liters of water per day, and I just kept it clean. and that enabled me to be able to lift heavier, because I didn't allow my mind to take me out of the game, because I was like, what, because I'm small, you know, that doesn't mean that I can't lift this weight. Like, I will lift that weight, you know. I had that warrior comes out in me, and I'm like, nothing will defeat me, I can do this. So I think when you have that mindset, and you will just tackle anything, and like, it won't take you out. It's like when we do certain asanas in yoga, and we're standing here, and then we just have to drop on the floor, and it's like the first thing that the mind was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But you literally, it's like, no, I will do this, you know, I can do this. And literally, this is how I put my life into everything. So down to fitness, down to work, down to, I don't let anything beat me, because I'm like, I can do this. I will never concentrate on what's the problem. I want to know what the solution is. Like, I can achieve this. And I think when our mindset changed, because I wasn't always that way, you know. I've had my times where I'm like, snooze the alarm, you know. Yeah, you snooze the alarm about 10 times before you've actually got out of bed. Like, I've been that person that's been so busy at work, because I'm doing 60, 70, 80 hours per week, that I just didn't, like, I was like, well, where's the exercise coming in? You know. And then I did get myself, I was more of a night trainer, so you can have people that train on the morning or train on the night. Mine used to be, I used to do a full 12-hour shift and then go to the gym and train, because I was like, where else would I fit it in, you know. And it's been disciplined with yourself, as all of us have to be. Like, you have to be disciplined to get up, go to yoga every morning, to go to Wealth Yogi, do your whole day, then do your open portals at the end, and then still go home and have to do work. You as a videographer have to organise your time so that you get all of your work done, in between being able to eat healthy and exercise. So you know, having said that, if you have got any value from anything that we have spoke about today, you know, comment in the chat below, like and subscribe, and just so you don't miss any notifications from us, hit the bell. And yeah, so
I think one thing I'll touch on just before we end, the important thing is that lockdown is ending in a lot of countries, in a lot of places, but the most important thing is your routine the same?
yes,
Because a lot of people have, like myself, have like changed themselves to develop a routine, to develop time management, to get healthy, to get fit, to not be ill. But have they carried that on is the question. And now as lockdown is opening, are you still carrying on to be that same person you were in lockdown that you changed, or are you becoming that old person you were before lockdown?
I think this would definitely be a subject to talk about for definitely another day, because this is quite interesting actually. Are people gonna take what they did in lockdown and take it on after, or are they gonna resort back? So this would be a really good topic to talk about.
Just one thing before we go, you know, when we do a workout and we feel like I can't do anymore, just remember one thing, and that is just focus on like this particular one. So say like if you were to do a push-up, just like one push-up at a time. So just focus on like that particular one, like the one you're doing right now, and that will keep you going.
Yeah, I did this before as well myself, because you know, pull-ups, when we have the pull-up bar across the top. And I remember trying to do one pull-up, and I was like, just couldn't get my head even like above the bar at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, like I'm gonna keep doing it, to the point where, you know, I was doing them this way, that way, because I kept practicing. Every time I walked past the door, I would like, let's try one, and like I did this constantly. And this is like how we build strength, when we do not give up. Just never give up. If you something that is more challenging, do that first.
Yeah.
So it's like, say if you didn't like burpees, do them first. Always get them out of the way, because you know, then the other stuff seems a lot easier.
You're right.
When you're doing it. So yeah, let us know in the comments below, because we'd always like to know, like, what was your routine during lockdown, like what was your diet like, how did you stay disciplined, did you not stay disciplined, like we always love to know. So please let us know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit the like button, hit the bell button, and I think that's it from us. So thank you to this amazing panel for all of your information, all the guidance that you've given to the creators. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on another episode of the Creator Show.
Show.
Bye.
Nama Malaya.
Nama Himalayas.